I am diving into the ethics debate to see if I can identify the 6 things a morally weak person always says. Let's see if I can spot them all. Moral weakness often sneaks up on us in the phrases we use to justify our actions. It's about those little white lies, rationalizations, or downright manipulations that we tell ourselves and others to get out of taking responsibility. When we peel back the layers, we find that these phrases reveal more about our character than we might be comfortable admitting. Identifying morally weak individuals can be tough, especially when they're skilled at hiding behind charming words. Their language can be a dead giveaway though. It's in the way they deflect accountability, shift blame, or manipulate emotions to get what they want. By paying attention to the phrases they use, we can gain insight into their ethical stance. But it's not just about pointing fingers. It's also about recognizing these traits in ourselves. Morally weak individuals often have a telltale way of speaking that can be quite revealing. Their words can be laced with justifications, excuses, or even veiled threats. When we hear certain phrases repeatedly, it might be time to take a closer look at the person using them. Are they avoiding responsibility, or are they genuinely interested in finding solutions? The challenge lies in being honest with ourselves and others about our intentions and actions. When we use certain phrases, are we trying to manipulate the situation to our advantage, or are we genuinely seeking to understand and resolve issues? It's a delicate balance, and one that requires a high degree of self-awareness. Let's dive into 6 common phrases that morally weak individuals tend to use. First, it's just this once. It won't hurt anyone. This phrase is a classic rationalization, downplaying the potential consequences of actions. Second, everyone else is doing it. This one shifts the focus from personal responsibility to peer pressure. Third, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. While this might be a genuine apology, it can also be a deflection from taking responsibility for one's actions. Fourth, that's just how I am. This phrase can be a way of excusing behavior rather than working to change. Fifth, it's not my fault. This shifts blame away from the speaker and can prevent constructive conversation. Sixth, you always, never do this. This phrase can be a form of gaslighting, manipulating the other person's perception of reality. These phrases can have a corrosive effect on relationships and society as a whole. When we prioritize our own interests over ethical considerations, we erode trust and create environments where exploitation can thrive. I've seen it in workplaces where leaders prioritize their own gain over employee well-being, and in communities where individuals look the other way when they witness injustice. The impact of moral weakness can be far-reaching. When we compromise our values, we not only harm others but also ourselves. We lose trust in our own judgment and struggle with feelings of guilt and shame. On a larger scale, societies that tolerate moral weakness can become breeding grounds for corruption and abuse. Recognizing these phrases in ourselves and others is crucial. By being aware of the language we use, we can start to make changes. We can work on taking responsibility for our actions, being honest about our intentions, and seeking to understand others. So, what can we do differently? We can start by being more mindful of our words and actions. We can work on building stronger, more honest relationships. We can strive to be more empathetic and understanding. To recap, the 6 phrases are: it's just this once. It won't hurt anyone. Everyone else is doing it. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. That's just how I am. It's not my fault. And you always, never do this. Recognizing these phrases in ourselves and others is the first step towards building a stronger moral compass. If you've encountered these phrases or have your own examples, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Share your experiences and let's discuss. Also, check out my related videos on ethics and personal growth for more insights.